Five, four, three, two, one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is now episode 5, 3rd, 2021. Doesn't it feel good to say 2021?
It absolutely does.
Every time I think I'm going to say that, and every time I write it on a contract, I think I say that too. And it kind of is it's a mute point right there. Like at the end of the conversation, the contract sign, and you put 2021 down. And I'm like, thank God it's 2021. Thank you for your business, and let's both stay healthy and safe.
Yeah, that's a great outlook for 2021.
That's it. So we have busy lives ourselves with all our different endeavors that we do. I'm still in the home improvement industry actively, so is Raphael. He also does from taxes from time to time and helping out with business situations. He's at theremotebookkeepers.com. Definitely check them out. Total Source Network. A big shout out to some of our sponsors there. We do have some good topics. We will keep it quick for you. We do try to put everything as action packed and in 30 minutes as possible. So what does it take to be in sales and how the system works? I think those are pretty good topics.
Oh, I think so. It sounds familiar.
It does, right out of something that that we both know.
Yeah. Um, the killer salesperson within you.
I think I saw it on Amazon Kindle today. It was almost, I think, was it free that I come across the book today?
Actually, we went and gave it out for free today, just helping people out. It's all about helping. It's not always about the money. So,
We're going to go into real quick, what does it take to be in sales? What did it take to write that book? And when did you have the idea of?
I've been helping people over the years, and
Hmm.
I think it was time for me to get the message out and actually get a bigger and see how many people we could help.
Gotcha.
And the it was received very well. I'm happy with the
I liked
outcome.
it. I'm trying to look for it right now. If you see me look down, I want to put it on the screen, but go ahead.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I want to
Yeah.
plug.
No, but like going back to why we started this whole show in the phone call, right? It was like we love helping people. We're in the business. We run sales calls or whatever it may be. We're in business. We like people, so it's easy to talk with them, right? So it's like that's one reason. One thing it takes. What does it take to be in sales? You got to be a conversation piece. Be able to bring on topics and talk about it.
And one of the biggest thing is it's almost like a being out in the farm or being out there in the jungle, and you're preying on your prey. You're looking at and and you got to check your environment. You got to make sure that there's nothing you're gonna be in trouble, and then just attack
Hmm. That's
viciously.
it.
Blood.
It's the only successful salesmen are those who know how to basically put their clients' needs above their own. That's a huge topic to hit. When what does it take to be in sales? If you can put their needs above your own, it's extremely important as human beings. We naturally tend to focus too much from our own perspective, our own problems, which if you could see their side of things and kind of tunnel your word and thoughts and guide the conversation that way, that would be a pretty good idea.
Well, what happens is that a lot of time, most of the new salespeople, what they do is they prejudge. They're making decisions for that customer instead of
Hmm.
helping that customer make the decision. It's a night and
Definitely
day.
night and day difference. what else? And that goes back to the whole Jedi mind trick of things, right? We're magicians, we're chameleons, and we have to know how do you pull that out of somebody.
Well, it starts with believing. You have to believe that you have what it takes. And if you can't believe, then you need to go to step one. Start believing.
And what was step one again? That's it, man. And being positive every day. We'll touch base on uh, just the positive aspects of everything from the secret to the book that the law of attraction. Positive is positive, and it all starts with you and building your personal brand at the end of the day. And when you get to the actual sales part, what are we going to do? But it's a very invaluable trait to be able understand somebody else's perspective.
But the one thing I think that people need to understand is that whenever you go ahead and you're higher as a salesperson, somebody's believing in you.
Oh
They
yeah.
already took the first step. So all you need to do is just come through. That's it.
Hmm.
They're believing in you.
That's
So
it.
that's the first step.
That is the first step. The belief, and it's in yourself and the person that walks through the door. Like if you don't have it, let's run a full topic, full 30 minutes on that one day. Let us know if you want to hear that one. Just to make sure, yesterday we had the recording thing. The time it's not showing on my screen, but this quick shout out to the Riverside.fm. The experience yesterday, today, it's amazing so far. Thank you for the platform.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it. We're multi-streaming, and we're not streaming on Facebook, but we are streaming on YouTube, and we will
Awesome.
put this in podcast and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and so on and so forth. So,
How fun is that? Learning all different platforms. Like we're gonna daily basis discuss things that we want to teach, but we're also learning to teach at the same time. And I'm every time I touch base on one of these topics, and I go out back into the real world of sales and take off one suit and put on the other hat. It's fun. It refreshes my memory, and at the same time, as soon as we get into Riverside and the anchors and Audacity and really trying to figure this stuff out, it's pretty cool. It's a learning experience, and we're just able to share it,
well,
from day
well,
one.
it's the salesman mindset where put me some objections. We're going to find ways to go ahead and overcome it, and that's all it is. We just keep moving forward. We're part of the 300. Charge forward. That's it, and
That's
that's the
it, man.
killer salesperson mentality that you need to have. Because you know what? Don't leave anything on the table. How many times have you heard this over and over? And this is sales managers and the managers and including yourself when you kind of turn around and you walk away and you're like, man, I I could have really helped these people with solar, air conditioning, and somebody else is going to come and take your money from your pocket because you just didn't push, and especially if they needed it.
No, definitely, and being well versed and all the different product knowledge about what you just spoke about is so useful. And whatever your industry is, whether it's selling shoes, insurance, home improvement, but you will need to study your product, your niche inside and out. You got to know your competitor. You got to know how the machine works, every nut, bolt, and screw about it, to be successful. Real quick, speaking of the best, and what does it take to be in sales and basically be the best? It's Super Bowl Sunday.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait for the commercial.
Which
I
one
don't know
have they?
anyone.
I've been so busy. I haven't. Have they been advertising any of the commercials or anything?
Back in the days, the only
Hmm.
time you got to see the commercial was really on Sunday. Nowadays, I think for the last 5 years, you can actually um, some of the commercials are already out by they'll be out by Friday. It kind of takes the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
Super Bowl marketing ploy that used to be back in the days, but you know what?
It still is. It's still such a huge market, dude. How much is commercials? We'll look up and maybe put that on the show tomorrow. No doubt. Okay.
Okay.
That would be awesome just to see, what a commercial costs right now on prime time versus Super Bowl Sunday. Oh my God. It'll be interesting. It's always fun. Some of them have the subliminal messages, and then you try to catch them right off the bat, but you don't catch them until it comes out later. It's pretty interesting.
I know, and some of them are very memorable. Which one do you remember being one of the best that kind of hit you?
It was the Penguin. It was the Budweiser commercial. The Penguins back in the day. It was
But why,
they
sir?
flew right, and they flew in and like turd bombed the whole some type of Super Bowl party or something. It was awesome.
The one I like
But
the
yeah,
most is
definitely.
the one with the force. The kid, I think, is either Volkswagen or Audi, and
Hmm.
he goes out there and puts his hand up and pretend like he turns the car on, and I think that was a
Yeah.
pretty cool
And
one.
if I go back and watch them, of course I'll remember. But that's a drinking event there. So if we're trying to remember them from the years down the line, it'll be a hard one. I have a couple Tom Brady quotes in front of
Awesome.
me. You have to believe in the process. You have to believe in the things that you are doing to help the team win. I think you have to take the good with the bad. He's been a very blunt and practical guy throughout his entire career. And anytime I love listening to the guy talking at the press
You
conference.
know
He's
how old he is, right?
yeah, younger than you, older than me.
No, he's older than you are. He's 43 years old.
I mean, yeah, sorry, 43. Yeah, the guy's still throwing the football, man.
He's
Whew.
taking friggin' Tampa to the Super Bowl. And you know what it is? It's all about
Yeah.
his whole mentality is just Super Bowl.
Oh
He
yeah. No,
superstar.
it's like I'm that's it. Go big or go home. He has this kind of protege, Patrick Mahomes. He's not happy with one. He's like, I'm going with Brady. What he has. What is Brady? What does he have? He has. Let's see here. The most passing completions in Super Bowl history at 256. The next closest is 103. The most passing yards in a Super Bowl history career, 2,838. Next closest person there is Kurt Warner with 1,156. But most passing touchdowns with 18. Next closest Joe Montana with 11. Most Super Bowl wins 6. Next is Joe Montana again at 4. The guy's unbelievable. He's still doing it. He goes to Tampa Bay and he's making it happen. Gronk follows him, and so does most of the New England base, I
But
want
you
to
know
say.
what? It goes right into our next topic, which is Tom Brady knows how the system works.
That's it, how the system
He
works, and they play it
understands
to
the
a T.
system, he manipulates the system, and he makes the system work for him. And
Oh,
and
tremendously.
you know what? That's any salesperson out there. You need to understand your system. Whatever you guys are doing. Either you're selling roofs, selling solar, selling caskets, selling bathrooms, selling cars. Um, I mean, selling widgets.
It doesn't matter. And we go back to yesterday. The pitch isn't so important. If you walk into a company and you listen to them, you follow their systems in place. They're there for a reason. They wouldn't be hiring you if they didn't have a system. Trust it. We help companies write scripts on a daily basis. It's fun. We can break down your script to about 5 different steps or 6 different steps, depending. We can call them 4 different names, but they all have a myth and a madness behind them, more or less.
Sell
And it's all
yourself,
about
sell the company, create the need, satisfy the need, close, and then wrap it up.
and
Basic.
then we can use that anywhere pretty much, right? Say that again.
I said basic. Sell yourself,
Yep, yep.
sell the company, create the need, satisfy the need, and close. And you know what the problem most of the people have is closing, asking for the sale, believe it or not.
What I find that now I looking back, it honestly is. You're asking for somebody's business and for them to put their trust in you. But if you did the process correctly that is laid out, and we'll talk about it in other in other podcasts we put out there. But follow the system, believe in it. The product's great, and it's your personal brand on the line. Your what you bring to the table, your interaction, and that feedback came back quick.
Technical difficulty.
and we're working out all the kinks as we go, live, raw, uncut.
Uh,
Love it. But hey, man, I can't wait until we get to come in here and just we're ready to go in a half hour, 45 minutes, have fun, walk out. But and get feedback and do it again. But pretty soon we'll put a launch date up, but we will start some more classes geared towards individual topics. I know Ralph is a great spiritual person. We do have fun there when we in our learning mode, and we're excited to do that. We're going to give you guys pretty much everything that we have and get down to the nitty gritties in the future.
Sweet. Now, one of the things that we talk about this the system and how the system works, and and you got to put that investigative hat on, okay? And you should be looking at your competitors, what they're doing, what's working for them, what the top salesperson is doing. A lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on the organization, but a lot of times the top salespeople, they usually, they don't necessarily share. That's where you kind of look around, and you got to make friends. It's all about being social. We talked about the other day, going to network meetings and asking those top guys what they're doing, especially if you're going in a different area that you guys are not a direct competitor. Researching on online, googling it,
Definitely.
looking at podcasts. You might find somebody who's a top performer. I mean, I don't know about you, but how many people do you think go out there and they try to mimic the greatest loser?
That's
That's
not
not going to
definitely
happen. So
trending
what
on
you
the
want to do is
yeah,
you want to
not a trend.
mimic, a Tom Brady, okay? Uh, you want to mimic a Dan
What was
Marino,
the slogan last decade? It was I want to be like Mike.
well, it also depends on the sport that you're in.
Yeah.
Your football, soccer, whatever. There's always that top guy, and you want to mimic. If you want to be a LeBron James, you got to do what LeBron James does and do it better. If you want to be a Michael
Yes.
Jordan, then you got to do what Michael Jordan does and do it better. And how do you find
Yes.
out what Michael Jordan does? Is that you got to go ask questions. You got to find out. There's no difference between sports and sales.
Love it.
You're
That's when I first got into business. The sports-minded individual. That used to be on my. That'll still be on my ads today.
Well, what happens is that every time, what are we trying to do? We're trying to score. We're trying to do a goal.
Ringing the gong.
All right, we're trying to get the hole in one. I mean, that's what we're
That's
trying to
it.
do, and it is a
I'm
competitive
still on my
market,
pursuit of the
bro.
hole in one.
So come on, man. Come on,
That's
man.
it. Come on, man. But how the system works, you gotta know the core of the system for your product, follow it to a T, believe in it. And when you're practicing on yourself, you're practicing on your pitch and your script, your product knowledge, your history, and getting out there and having fun with it. Any other thing on how the system works that we want to touch base before we sign off for the
No,
night?
I
Because
think that again,
it's
we touch on every single item that I think is important. Number one, understand your surrounding, understand your competitor, understand your
mm-hmm,
customer. And I used to tell people that, or new recruits, is that you have to create in your mind the avatar of that customer. Okay,
yes,
and you got to pitch to that avatar, and you got to talk to the avatar, because if the avatar is talking Chinese and you're talking Italian, how successful are you going to be?
well, that goes back to, even your boiler room days. Like when you have somebody on the other side of the phone, there's no different than when you have somebody literally right in front of you in the person. Like if it's an old lady, you're slower. If it's an old man, he's like, let's get this through. You get a little bit quicker, but you try to break him down with rapport. It goes back to being a chameleon in the situation and you adapting to that situation and bringing it on the same tone. Kind of like when we're editing our audio, we want to get, our highs both together and kind of, match it. It's all science behind everything. It's fun when you're actually there and you know it like the back of your hand, and you see so many successful people. They talk about it on a daily basis, and It really is. It's a moment.
But you know what? It has to do with you have to be a great observer. Okay. The minute you're walking to that house, or you're looking at that individual. If they have a football flag from, the 49ers or whatever the case might be, you know that this guy might be a football guy, and you need to go
Oh
ahead and
yeah.
connect. They have a boat in the front, and you love fishing. You guys are going to start talking about fishing, because
Right
at
away.
the end of the day, people, customers, buyers are liars. We understand that. We know that.
The most skeptical person's your
Hey,
customer.
buyers are liars. But the one thing I can assure you is that they like to buy from people they like.
So true. So true.
If they don't like you,
That people
forget
buy
about it.
from people they
Forget
like.
about it if they don't
Forget
like you.
about
So, how do you become
it.
likable from all these different avatars that are completely different from one another?
It's the eye contact, it's the smile, it's your enthusiasm, it's your passion, it's what's building your brand is all about at the end of the day. Like if you can literally go, throw the water in your face in the morning, you walk out the door. What does the guy in Jerry Maguire say yesterday after he clapped his hands?
Clap your hand. I get up in the morning, I clap my hands, and I say, it's going to be a good morning or a good
That's it,
day.
man. Every morning we're ready to go. Here at T Talks, we're having fun, giving you the best and biggest wins every day, insights and tips in the big wins business on a daily
So,
basis.
Alex, I'm going
Look,
to summarize it for you. It's called
yes,
observation.
love it. Observe,
Observe.
learn.
And you shouldn't be doing all the talking if you're the salesperson. You should be
Mm,
fishing for answers and listening to buying signals.
definitely. I ran 3 sales calls today. I'm not going to throw that up, but I know a story about each of them. Tomorrow I might forget, but in the moment today, I definitely know them. The building rapport aspect, just like he said, from noticing something when you're approaching somebody's home, no difference than if you're a car salesman and they walk into your lot. If they're wearing a sports shirt, oh, that's gold for you. And same thing walking into a business, right? You're sitting, you're asked for the business owner. It took so long to get past the gatekeeper. Here's your chance to talk to him. What's the first thing you talk about? The first thing I see in his office. That's it. Or walking in, cool picture of whatever in the hallway. Or just like he said, the fish in the corner of his trophy case, or the award that he has up on his wall he's proud about. I remember I visited a car lot, right? And when me and Katie got a real good car, she has the good credit. And the guy had like the award for 2015, 2016, and then there wasn't a 17 and a 2018. But it was cool to see, like, everybody always talks about that year that I missed, and you're the one that brought out. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You got it in 2018 again. But it's all the perception about things. Don't give up. It's not over until you retire. When you retire, you die. We're going to work. We're going to be here. We went on live tonight, even though we were busy. I'm getting right back to work once we sign off, and I'm sure you are too, Ralph.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You know what? God gave us a gift to make things happen, and you know what? It's. I tell my team, I tell my people, the people that are within my organization, is that we play hard, we work hard, we play hard. Work hard, play hard.
Work hard, play hard. You have goals. We talked about them. Write them down. Have them in front of you. That's why we work. Hey, this is T Talks. We're here for you. Please give us some feedback. We'll give you at least 5 shows a week. That's our goal here. Thank you again for Digital Masters Company for all your SEO and graphics needs. And for taxes, go ahead. It's February. What, Ralph?
February 15th, you're going to start sending all the e-files, and deadline, of course, is March 15th for businesses, partnership, and personal will be April 15th. Most likely, they're going to possibly extend it, but don't wait till the last minute, guys. Put your stuff together. If you got money coming back to you, you know what? Don't let it sit in the government. I think it probably be much better sitting in your bank account.
And they can visit you at the remotebookkeepers.com. They
The
have a rock star
remote
team waiting there to help you.
the remotebookkeepers.com, and we're out there to help.
Hey, signing out. My name is Alex DeLuca. I'm in Naples.
And this is Rafael Rodriguez from Hollywood, Florida. We're signing off. Peace.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Dude,
All right, man. Hey, get back to work. You look tired, brother.
it was 20.